I'm Streaky, this is Metropolis Mastering. I've been working with some tape today, so I thought I would keep the machine going and run you through quickly. If you've not seen a tape machine in action before, maybe you've used one of the plugins, the virtual ones, I'll show you how in a mastering room you use tape for playback. So I'll spin the camera around and sorry if it's a little bit shaky. Okay, this is an Ampex ATR100. They're a lot of American mastering studios like these. Usually in UK or European studios you find Studas, which have got a kind of different sound. The Ampex are nice for guitar-y stuff. They're a bit warmer than the Studas, but the Studas got a really nice sound. I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with either. This one is just a playback machine. It's had the record head removed. Now when I say heads, if I lift this up, you can see this is where the head is, this section here, and right there, that's the play head. I've actually got a 1/4 inch on there at the moment. You can get 1/2 inches. Here's a 1/2 inch spool, but this tape came in at 1/2 inch. Now you've got different speeds that you can play back at, which is usually 15 or 30 inches per second IPS. This one, as it says on the tape here, is at 15 IPS, as you can see. Now what happens is, when it's recorded at the studio, so that it's played back exactly the same, they lay some tones down from the studio for me to be able to then realign it when it comes to this into my room, so that we know what I'm playing back is exactly the same as what was in the studio. So you can hear there's a 1K tone, and then you line it up to your meters up here. I haven't actually lined this up yet. Oh yeah, there you go. So you get that to 0 in the studio, and you have a 1K tone for level. Then you have a higher tone, 15K or 10K for lining up the head, which is the azimuth. You do that with an adjustment here, where that will change where the head is pitched, whether it's like that or like that, which basically means that the stereo information will be correct and it won't be out of line. And then you have a bass frequency, obviously, so that you can make sure the bass is lined up. Now you line those up down here. This is actually a modified machine, because it's actually got a tube. It's got a tube reproducer amplifier, and it's got a solid state, so it's quite nice. So you can flick it into tube or standard, just there, which is quite good. But you line up the machine by taking a little screwdriver and going in there, and this one's obviously got some big fat knobs on because it's for tube. So you don't usually get the tube thing, but that's a nice little mod this one's got. I guess that's about it really, without going into too fine a detail. So that's basically how you play back. Now the only reason you really would go to tape is if you like the sound of it, and usually that's because when you're recording, you can push, if you see these meters, you can push into the reds, and it just gives a nice bit of tape compression, which means that you can get a nice warm sound. You know, something that you might want to try out. Now the tape emulators that I've tried sound pretty good to me. You know, the UAD one, and Stephen Slate's got a Studa one. So they're worth checking out if you haven't got one of these machines lying around your house, which I don't think many people have. Hi, I hope that's explained in a very rough, basic terms how you'd use a tape machine for playback in the mastering room. If you've got any questions, as usual, please put them in the comments, or please subscribe and let me know if you want to see any videos on anything else. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.